Welcome back, everyone. I am Vaudeville, and joining me for the second half of the broadcast is Meet and Greek, and we'll be bringing you through the amazing event that is the Dreamhack Montreal Open Qualifiers here in pool number 3. Hope you guys are excited as we are because we saw some awesome matchups before. But George, what are you excited to see in this next upcoming match that we have between Shinobis and Kennesaw State?
Well, Nick, we saw Kennesaw State play a little bit earlier going up against Linked Up, and that was one of the stronger teams that I thought was going to be a complete, just savage squad out there today, and it turned out to be true. They were able to qualify earlier on today. They managed to pull it to a close overtime loss in Game 2, which is still a lot considering the caliber of that team. So, again, seeing Kennesaw State, I'm pretty excited for them. I think they're going to be able to pull through this one.
Yeah, we saw them get so close to taking a game against Linked Up, who are actually in the upper bracket still. Will be facing off against some pretty tough opponents in Exempt. Actually, no, they already beat Exempt. Excuse my slowness in reading the bracket. They won 2-1, so they're already all the way on to the close qualifier that'll be happening tomorrow. But we have all the players here, and the match is about to start between Shinobis and Kennesaw State. We want to see your votes in the chat. Who do you think is going to win? I saw a lot of support for KSU. They're from my home state right now in Georgia, coming to you live from Atlanta. So hopefully they'll be able to go far in this, but they still have a tough opponent ahead of them in Shinobis, who were doing pretty solid against Exempt. They just weren't able to take that victory against them, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's what's so tough about this best-of-3 format, Nick, is that sometimes it really just takes 1 or 2 losses, and all of a sudden you just can't bounce back in this series the same way you can do it a best-of-5 or best-of-7. But that's what makes these qualifiers so tough and cutthroat. You got to be able to show up for every single game, and it's best-of-3 throughout the entire day. So you got to be able to come out and play.
Oh, yeah, especially when it gets down to the wire. We saw KSU not able to pull off the victory in that overtime. Lasted quite a long time, and a lot of people thought, okay, it's going to go to Game 3. We'll see how they do against Linked Up. But unfortunately for them, that was not the case, and we'll have to see in this matchup if they can continue the run. This is not even a qualifying match. They still need one more to go. Try and get into tomorrow for that close qualifier. While we wait for these teams to join, why don't we talk about the teams that they might be facing in that close qualifier?
Yeah, the close qualifier. We have, of course, our RLCS invited teams. We have Ghost, G2, Rogue, Space Station Gaming, Birds and Bees, the Peeps, but surprisingly not there, NRG and Cloud9. So maybe, Nick, they're just don't want to play in the qualifier. They're already going to sign up for the open signups too. They're going to be playing there regardless. So a little speculation up in the air for why that's happening.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens for those teams. And I've been informed it's actually Shinobis for the pronunciation of their team. Right. Yeah, it's a very interesting pronunciation of this team. But, everyone likes to come up with unique names so that you can differentiate yourself in the bubble scene that is
there's a lot of creative names in the Rocket League community, like Vaudeville, Dazarin, Hunted,
Meet and Greek,
Samuel.
Yeah,
he's gonna hate me for that one. But Nick, I think all of our players are in, unless I can't count correctly. Oh, they're joining right in. Let's get right into this one, folks. It's gonna be a best-of-3 here. Winner of this moves on to the lower quarterfinals for a chance to get into the close qualifiers tomorrow.
Yeah, they'll have to face off against Tequila, who unfortunately weren't able to take the victory against Speedsters, who won at 2-0 to get themselves a spot in the close qualifier. But we do have the beginning of a Game 1 of this best-of-3 underway. We saw Drees, 2K, and Wild Cherry there could not even get in the way of that one as it goes through.
And right here, kickoff goals. You hate to see it, but it's going to happen. Unfortunate start for Kennesaw State, but 2K pushing it all the way through. 4 seconds in. That's how you make a statement.
Great way to start out strong in the first game, especially against a team who almost was able to go toe-to-toe with the top-seeded team in Pool 3. But we have to see more from the Shinobis to take the victory here in this best-of-3 series. Adam waiting for that to drop down. 2K not able to get in the way of the path of destruction that is in Giraffe's favor. Wild Cherry will take it down the corner and try to push it through, but Adam is in position to knock it aside. Moonshine. He'll take this off the wall. Driaz and 2K double commit there. Not really the greatest challenge, but nobody going to push the issue on the side of Kennesaw State. Giraffe, he has a solid shot to the backboard. 2K with the pop-up. Wild Cherry with the follow-up. Drops it down. Still, not really the greatest chance for KSU to get things started and tie things up just yet.
Yeah, but Shinobis here, they're giving opportunities for Kennesaw, but again, they have to pounce on these. They can't just take these freebies and let them go. If you want to be able to beat this squad here, you got to take every chance you get and capitalize on it.
We've seen a great capitalization from Shinobis happening earlier on when we saw the first goal, but we haven't seen too much from them thereafter. Only 2 shots so far. 1 for KSU, almost 2. That's about to go in and out. There's another one. Giraffe puts it through, and it's tied 1-1.
And good thing Giraffe was rotating in onto this play, because I think everyone thought that first shot from Wild Cherry was going in, but it always pays off to play cleanup crew in there. You see him go right in there, fixing things up for dinner, and we have a tied game.
What a way to tie things up as well. A great shot from Giraffe to secure the goal. Now it is even Stevens, but not for too long. Giraffe almost snuck one through. 2K will have to try and recuperate for his team. Passes down to Driaz. He'll wait for that. Actually give it up to Wild Cherry. Not wanting to overcommit on the play. Wait for a better approach. There's one off the backboard. Sends it up for Adam. He puts it down, but a bit too far. A good deflection, but not on target. Wild Cherry over Driaz. Midfield. Intercepted by Moonshine. Back to Wild Cherry. He actually sends it back to Giraffe. Very interesting maneuver. Not going to bite them in the butt just yet. Adam patiently waiting for Giraffe, but he gets knocked aside. Wild Cherry, he's just waiting for them to flop around in the net like fish out of water. 2K. The midfield line after Giraffe takes it away. And so far, after the first 2 goals we've seen, solid stalemate between these 2 teams, but Kennesaw State seemed to just be warming up.
Yeah, and I think actually Kennesaw State, they've woken up, especially since that first minute of the game, and they've been making less mistakes here. And you want to be able to do that, especially in such a best-of-3 situation, where if you drop one game, it can spell disaster. So again, both these teams in that stalemate right now, Nick, but it's to be expected.
Especially with a game 1 of a best-of-3. You got to put your all into every single game when they're these small series. When it's a best-of-5, you can afford to just play passively and see how your opponents are going to react, but you can't afford to give up shots like that. What? So many misses happening on both sides of the pitch, and luckily for KSU, they don't have one go past the goal line. They have a chance for a counterattack here.
Oh my goodness, Nick, that one should have been in the back of the net. It should be a lead right now for Shinobis, but again, they just couldn't find purchase, and now it might go in favor of KSU if they play their cards right.
And they almost did there, right off the post and out, and deflected by the defense. Adam able to hit it away, but back to Giraffe. He puts a shot towards the net. Driaz in position to knock it away. Moonshine just not giving up any space for the team of Shinobis to put any pressure onto the Kennesaw State defense. Moonshine, he'll be able to, well, not actually able to take that past 2K. Botched the flip there and could not get a connection with the ball. Keep possession of it. Wild Cherry kind of flopping around in his box. Giraffe can't get in the way. Adam, very solid pressure by him, but Moonshine able to not really do too much against Driaz there. 2K, he'll try to put one on off the backboard. Moonshine not in position to get the stop, and Adam gets the lead for their team.
And this is what it takes here, and a big bump from Driaz opens things up. I don't know if you noticed that one, Nick, but it's that aggression coming out from Shinobis, giving them the edge here in game 1. 49 seconds left. I think if they keep on playing like they have been, they're going to take this one easily.
45 seconds remain for Shinobis to try and put this forward. Driaz going for the flip reset. Doesn't really need it. Saw how much pressure there was from the defense. It's 2K towards the backboard. Great stop by Giraffe. He'll wait patiently for the challenge. Not too much Driaz can do there, but Wild Cherry, he's able to take it forward. Right over top of Adam. He does get a connection, but no boost afterwards. 2K right away from the offensive KSU. Giraffe Trying with one final follow-up. Less than 10 seconds remain for them to try and tie things up to go to overtime. Doesn't look like it's going to be possible in this moment unless they can keep it up. 0 seconds, just has to hit the ground. Might do that if Wild Cherry can't keep control of the ball. 2K gets it away from them, pinched off the wall by Dreaz, touches the ground, and then Shinobis are able to put it forward and get the victory.
And I came into this series thinking Kennesaw State was going to be able to take advantage over Shinobis. However, Nick, they're starting to change my mental attitude on this. I think Shinobis have Kennesaw State read pretty well, and I thought it was apparent, especially with their aggressive play style on the offensive half. Now, Shinobis also did a great job on the defense. However, I saw a little bit of misplays here and there from them that they got to watch out for. I believe it was 2K in one of the last plays of the game. He brought that ball around his goal, and he had very limited boosts too. So he's very lucky he was able to beat out, I believe it was Wild Cherry, in like a foot race towards that goal. So it's just little mistakes here and there that, hey, they got lucky they weren't capitalized on, because that could have led to an overtime.
Yeah, we almost saw that happen too from KSU. If they were able to get it out of their own side and put one final drive down to the opposite end of the pitch, might have been able to put it past Shinobis, but it was not the case. They do fall down by one game so far in this best of three. Still a chance in this next one, but it is do or die, as we love saying as casters. When it comes to these kind of series, they only have one final shot, and if they do succeed, then they just need one more game. They got to take it one game at a time at this point if they want the victory there.
Yeah, they do, Nick. But hey, teams are already loaded up. I think our viewers are itching for more. Let's take the field and get this one started.
Yeah, we'll see exactly what KSU can do to counteract the aggressive nature that we've seen from Shinobis so far in that first game. So we saw an opening goal be the first nail in 2 nails in the coffin that we saw from them. It was very quick to get the lead in the favor of Shinobis in that first one. But Moonshine taking the initiative. But it gets taken away by 2K. Wild Cherry over to Giraffe. Off the backboard. Needs a follow-up here, but no one in position to push it on through. Moonshine is able to wait for the miss from Dreaz. 2K almost got bumped aside by the attackers, but Giraffe, they'll try and put another shot on. A triple commit there doesn't do anything for KSU, even though they might have been able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, you don't want to go for those triple commits either, because we all know how big of a mistake that could be. But Nick, early on in this game, some opportunities unleashing themselves, but we are a minute in, no goals scored quite yet.
We'll see exactly what Giraffe and Wild Cherry can do here on offense. There's a great touch, but the defense was too strong. Knew when it was coming straight towards them. Pretty simple save for them to make. 2K actually baiting out the man on the midfield line. Moonshine sends it for Giraffe, just playing a disruptor to the defensive line, but instead it's going to get deflected away. Wild Cherry, he might have a chance here. Right past one, but bumped away by Adam. Giraffe almost had the same story happen to him. That was a very dangerous touch by Moonshine. It's a sharper angle. It could have been an own goal. Now we see the Shinobis on the offense. They might have a chance to put one through. 2K down to Wild Cherry. That's not a good pop, but instead Adam, the rotation in. Moonshine with a miss. Opens up a perfect spot for Adam to put the, it's right off target. That should have been a goal.
Oh my goodness. The play was there. The pass was perfect, but the shot placement was off target. And now Giraffe on the other end couldn't find purchase either, Nick. And we have quite a game for us right now.
Quite a game with no accuracy in the in sight from either team. Excuse my language. Moonshine picking that off the midfield line. Wild Cherry and Moonshine. Giraffe sends it towards the backboard. Now there's a chance for Adam to try and break through. He's been very stalwart on the defensive end. It's prevented a lot of shots from going in by KSU. Wild Cherry and Giraffe, they've been such a nuisance on offense so far. Whenever they get a chance, they've just been trying to put shot after shot on. We've seen so much pressure from KSU. Only one shot. Another one might be all they needed, but sent away by the defense.
Yeah, and on that play, you actually saw Adam trying to get a bump on Giraffe, and that's the kind of plays here that Shinobis have been really working on, and it's that aggressiveness that they're trying to cancel out the defense because they know that this KSU squad isn't going to make a mistake anytime soon.
Ooh, almost a mistake for the defense of Shinobis. So now they have a pretty big opening. Dreas, no, he shouldn't have done that. He was trying to finesse on them, but instead he is going to be the fool there as 2K can't get it past the defense of KSU. And this is not what you want to be doing if you are Shinobis. You want to close out the series. You might have the confidence, but you can't afford to give up those simple goals.
If they lose this series, then Nick, I will have no words, but we will know the turning point, and that was it.
There might be more than that, especially after what we've seen so far, but the slow burner that we saw from 2K, I believe, is not going to go in so easily. Wild Cherry not going to be intercepted by Moonshine or received by him in any capacity. Can't get the second touch there. Just has to give it up to the Shinobis. Adam waits for Giraffe. Hits towards the midfield. 2K, he's got all the time in the world to take this off the backboard. Send it away from Wild Cherry. Now going for that pinch. Still maintaining control though, but not for long as Giraffe rips it away. Adam with a solid shot off the backboard. He goes for the second touch, but was a little bit miscalculated on his trajectory.
I think that's the story of this game. It's just been so close for Shinobis, but a little misread or mistouch here and there have been leaving the scoreline just still tied 0-0.
Oh, and as soon as you say it's still tied, the caster curse strikes true, and so does 2K. Great reception by him. He saw the touch come in from Dreas, waited for it to bounce off the wall, and picked his battle and won it to go 1-0.
And right now, I guess it's a little bit of a redemption arc in a way, Nick. We saw some shots that should have gone in a lot earlier, but now Shinobis 1-goal lead, 10 seconds left. It's going to take a miracle for KSU to bring it back, but this ball is still kind of dangerous. Floating up top here, Drees doesn't have a lot of boost. This ball's floating in front of net, and Adam's going to hit that one down.
Wild Cherry might have had a shot, but instead it's going to hit the ground, and that'll be the last one they have in the open qualifier for Dreamhack Montreal. It will be the Shinobis taking the victory here and moving on to the lower quarterfinal to face off against Tequila.
And, you know, I want to say this, KSU, you guys played well. I was rooting for you from the get-go, but unfortunately, y'all dropped the series to Shinobis, but they're a good team too, so don't beat yourself up about that, because you made it all the way to lowers round 4, one game away from getting to the quarterfinals, potentially qualifying. So I think we're going to see more of this team, and I think it's really cool that we're seeing a college team play in this. I remember we've had tournaments of this caliber before, and we see teams like OSU come out and everything. Maybe LSU one time. Yeah, LSU. I want to see some more of these college teams come out and play because they're good. They're really good.
They're solid. It's great practice for when you're trying to prepare for the next season of CRL, whenever that comes around. So there's so much to play for in these kind of tournaments, especially aside from trying to get those 3 spots that'll be given to the North American teams to get invited out to Dreamhack Montreal. You might not be up to snuff to take down RLCS level teams, but you still get great practice, great experience in a tournament environment, because if you want to be competitive, you have to play in those tournaments, kind of get a feel for the length of time you have to be on your game, because when you're playing in 6-mans or whenever you're playing in ranked, you can just take a break whenever you want. With tournaments, you always have to be ready to go whenever the next match starts.
You're right, Nick, but I think we're going to get our next match started up very soon. I think we're going to go to a quick break, a 2-minute break. That's really fast. Wow. Are you guys sure about that? But we're going to get it done for you guys. We know you do not like to wait. We're going to have Exempt going up against Dark Allegiance. Is going to be another best of 3, but this time, this will be a qualifying match. You're watching Rival Esports. This is the DreamHack Montreal 2019 Open Qualifiers, and we'll be right back.